Today, we are talking about struggle. Are you at a spot in your life where you maybe feel like you're struggling? You're out there, you're doing what you think you're supposed to be doing, and just not quite coming along as fast as you were hoping for. That's you. We're going to talk about it. And best of all, we're going to talk about 4 things that you can do about the situation. What are we going to do about it? Now, oftentimes I find that there's 2 people that join network marketing, right? They get in, they get started. Some people are going through the things that they have to do, and they've not really ever had success in anything before. So the whole success principle is a little bit new for them. And so we'll talk about, the process and how to view struggle so that it will be more pleasant as you go through the journey. The second type of person is sometimes there's people that get into our business and they have done well. They have a successful restaurant business. Maybe they're an attorney. Maybe they're a mom that, runs her home in just such an amazing way. Maybe they're, a great leader in the church, something like that. Like they've had success in some area of their life and then they join this business and it's not going like what they were expecting. And they're like, what just happened? Did I skip a beat? What happened here, right? And so we're going to explain why that is, okay? So let's go through this. So here's what happens. Oftentimes we get started in business, right? And we are starting down here and we're not very happy because we want to see some growth. We want to see some improvement in our life. You can't see that face. All right, this is sad face, okay. All right, so we are here and our goal is, to progress on up. Now, some people that have had some success in the past, maybe they've come along and they started doing well. They started doing good. They've had some success up to this point, okay? Maybe they've had something, where they're a leader over an organization. Maybe they've had some other business. Maybe they've done well in their job or something like that, right? Like they've had some success up till this point. And so then they join this business and they're like, what the heck? Like it's not going exactly how we were expecting, right? And here's the big aha that I had last week, and I'm going to share it with you guys because I think it's going to help some people, especially if you've had people that join your business and they've already done well in something else and then they kind of start to flounder in network marketing, like it's not going exactly what they're expecting. Here's what I discovered. Oftentimes, people that have had success before, they think of the next level, like they're going to do well in network marketing. They're going to, create something for them and their family. They're going to build a residual income. They think of that in their mind as, I'm already successful. I've already done something good. So this is just like, a lateral move. Like, hey, I already know what it takes to win. I already know what it takes to succeed. All I'm going to do is continue to do some of those things. And my success that I'm hoping for in this new business endeavor is, it's right over here. And that is a common misconception that a lot of people have. In fact, that was one of the things that I thought about, something that I was focusing on overcoming in my own life is like, hey, we've already done well in this. This is just another lateral thing. Not so. Here's how it really works. What happens as we go through this journey, as the person originally went through the journey, they got out there, right? They go through a learning phase, right? They're learning, they're growing, they're striving, they're kind of taking it all in. They get out there and they hustle, right? Then what comes next? Struggle. Oh my gosh. And we hate the struggle. We despise the struggle oftentimes, right? It's not very pleasant. But here's what comes after struggle. Growth. Growth comes after struggle if we choose one magical thing. If we choose to learn in this process. If we're not learning in this process, then we're probably just going to continue to struggle. But if we choose to, start, we get out there, we hustle, we go through our struggle, and then we choose to grow, and it's the growth that propels us and takes us to the next level, then why would this endeavor be anything different, right? Like, why would this be different than anything else we've ever done before? So instead of thinking, oh, I already got this whole thing down, I'm just going to, have some success over here. No, my friends. We have to continue on up the ladder of life. We have to continue on up the journey of success. And we have to go through that learn, hustle, struggle, grow until we hit that next goal where we get to the finish line, we get to financial freedom. And so if you've ever had somebody that has joined your team and they're like, what is going on? And you thought they were going to come in and knock it out of the park, right? That's the cycle of success. That's how it actually works. Now, maybe you're saying, hey, Summer, I don't know about all that. I'd love to have somebody join my team that's already had some success, but I'm the one struggling. What about me? I haven't had success yet. And so here's what I want to share with you, okay? I don't know if you've ever seen this movie. It came out a few years ago, but it's very well known. Do you guys remember that movie called 300? Right? It was about the warriors and the 300 warriors that they were Spartans and all that. So in that movie, you remember like the opening scene, which is very dramatic. This young man who was the prince of the city, I guess you could say, he goes on this rite of passage journey. Like he goes out there and he leaves his home and he has nothing except, his bare skin on his back, and the guy's half naked and it's snowing outside, right? And he goes to where he's got to slay some tiger or wolf or something like that. And he goes out there and they just kind of like send him off like, hey, I hope you make it. I hope it happens for you. And he goes out there and he completes this journey, and what happens? He comes home like this triumphant warrior, and he's got, the wolf in his hand, and his mom's like, oh, my baby's back. And his dad's like, yes, you've done the son. Okay. So that's the rite of passage. And here's what happens is oftentimes in network marketing, people get in and they think it's going to be easy. It's not going to be easy, my friends. It will be a journey. You're going to go through this growth curve that we talked about. But for you, if you're new and you're getting out there and you're pushing and you're striving, but it's not quite happening the way you thought, you have to go through your rite of passage. You have to go through this to get to the finish line. It doesn't just magically come out the sky for you. So we're going to talk about exactly what you can do to get there faster. Okay. Like, you're going to have to go through some things. Here's the thing. Struggle is inevitable. Like, we don't want to despise the thing that causes the growth, right? Struggle is what's going to get us better. It's going to get us stronger. It's going to get our thinking to the next level. So for us to succeed, we must first go through that process. So when you are having a moment where you're like, that did not go how I planned. I saw that going differently in my mind, right? When you're having one of those moments, you want to think about, hey, how can I grow from this? Hey, I'm going through the struggle. I'm going to honor the struggle because the struggle's going to be what brings my success. But how can I learn from this situation? So let's talk about 4 things that you can do if you are ready to get to the finish line and you want to get the struggle thing moved on as fast as we possibly can. The first thing is, number 1, first and foremost, get into action. Oftentimes there's so many people that they're busy on the sidelines thinking about what could happen or reminiscing on something that happened last week, or, they're just not doing what it takes to be successful in our business. So if you want to know what it takes to be successful in our business, it's one thing. Show what you have to more people. The more people you can show what you have to, the more success you are going to have. So that is the first thing, is get out there and get into action. The second thing is, when you hit a bump in the road, and that's okay, number 2, call for help. Call your upline support system and say, hey, I need me some backup. Can you help a brother out here? Can you help a sister out here? Can you help me get through this? And call somebody who's been further down the path than you, who is your mentor, who is your leader, who's somebody that knows kind of like how to do this thing, right? So call in the backup. That is number 2. Number 3, when they give you advice, change what you're doing. Apply it in your life. It's interesting because one of the things that I learned this past weekend that was another aha moment for me, it was just amazing, is this, okay? It's this statement, it's this phrase. When you learn something, the rate at which you implement what you just learned is going to determine your success. Like, oftentimes I see somebody put the paralysis of analysis. That's exactly it. Like, if we're always in the land of learning and we're like, oh, I'm going to learn this and I'm going to learn this and oh, I got to learn about that too. And we don't ever do. Like, it's time to perform the doing of it. It's time to get into action. Just remember that. The speed of your success will be based on the rate of your implementation. Like, if you learn something, like if you're learning something right now, implement. As soon as we're done, get off and get into action, because the sooner that you can start implementing those things in your life, the sooner you can go through this growth curve, right? And you can start getting to the finish line. You can start getting to the bright sunny side. Okay, so that is number 3. Number 4, there is something that will help you. It is a resource. It will help you bust through your own setbacks, your own fears, your own, just the things that are holding you back. Like, we all have our own internal drama. We all have our own internal garbage that we deal with on a daily basis. Are you with me? Can I get an amen? Yes, we do, right? And so learning to bust through that. So number 4 is to get the 10-step process. Okay, what's the 10-step process? It is a resource that is here for you. It is the link that's listed in the description of this video. If you click on that, enter your email, it's going to be emailed to you. And what this is, it's 10 steps for how to get out of your own way, how to cut the crap, how to cut through the garbage, how to cut through the things that are chaining you down to the floor and holding you back from your freedom. They're holding you back from the things that you really want in this life, and to finally get your breakthrough. Finally get to the other side. Finally get to here. Whether that's rank advancing, whether that's having the ability to be able to quit your job, whether that's being able to get, a new car, new home, send your kids to college, take a vacation, right? Whatever that is for you, it's 10 steps to help you cut through the nonsense in your life, break through, and get those things that you truly have in your heart. There's too many people that for too long have been dealing with stuff, right? They've been stuck over here wondering with a sad face, right? Wondering why they haven't got to the finish line, wondering what's it going to take to really make it happen? And the biggest thing that my big light bulb moment was, your success is not here. Your success is not based on something you've already done. It's not based on the person that you already are. It's not based on what you've already gone through. Your success is at the next level in your life. So if you want to succeed, you have to climb the mountain of success to get there. It's a journey. Bring your hiking shoes. Bring them sticks. Bring some reserves. Bring the things that you need that are going to support you in your journey to this process. So take care, be blessed. So great to see you all. I'll see you next time.